Oh, there's the leave activity when you could.
Alright, there we
Channel.
go. Sorry about that, Crash. That was frustrating. Okay. Last thing I heard was
Guess
Dunnan starting to move
Yeah.
rocks.
Yeah, open the door or whatever it's blocking it, yeah.
Make me an athletics check.
I will help out.
He's going
Not too bad. It takes you about 10-ish minutes to clear all the stone, even with Aeolus's pitiful strength helping you. But the stones are eventually cleared, and you can once again open this cellar door that's off to the side of the main area.
You know, as we
Can
move
I-
this, part of me thinks that it was blocked for a reason.
Yeah, now we are opening it for a reason, aren't we?
Oh, we are.
Yeah. I'll take out a torch and light it before venturing in.
Okay.
7 left. 7 torches.
You're easily able to light the torch.
Yeah, so Bash in one hand, torch in the other. And I have the torch in the hand while I have this new glove that I bought, that shield glove. Oh, I don't know how to call it.
Okay.
I am going to cast dark vision on myself before we enter.
Noted. Okay. And that lasts for 8 hours, right?
Yep, 8 hours.
Okay. Not a problem in that case then.
And I think you had. I think your PC crashed as we were having this conversation. We're leaving the.
Hey, the person came to work on my windows and whatnot, so I'll be back in a while, hopefully.
Okay.
Okay. We're leaving the bloody pup with the horses, and we've secured them.
Okay. Sounds
to the
good.
best of our ability.
Yeah, the pup has 0 interest in entering this space.
Yeah. Figured as much, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So leading the group of you, who's in front? Dunn with the torch?
Yeah, yes.
All right, wonderful. Off you go. So you creep down into this space. This is the first time you've encountered this area, Dunn.
Yeah.
The change in temperature from the warm there's a breeze every now and then, but the warm, almost hot environment on the plains and even in the ruins above is night and day to the cold, damp chill that sort of washes down your spine as you descend the steps down into this space.
Tannen briefly turns around to Aeolus and says, I think I already know what you were talking about. My hair on my neck starts to stand up. Something lurking here. And he steadies himself and continues.
Not more than about say a moment later, your steps bottom out onto a stone-tiled floor. The only light being cast here is by that of your torch and the very faint dregs that sort of reach and creep in from the opening above you. Your companions all on your heels. The wind has this upstairs, so to speak, has this howling nature. The way that it's whistling past gives this space a strange breath to it that you weren't expecting. It is off-putting.
Can I try to, investigate the room? Is there anything that catches my eye?
Yeah, so the room in which you enter is roughly an oval. It's made out of work stone, and its long edge is, you've entered from one long edge, and then opposite you is another long edge that proceeds onto another chamber. There's 2 areas off to either side of you through what looks to be small corridors that then turn out of sight. You're not sure where they go from there. Within the space here, you see a few vases, a couple sort of clay or masonry jars of some variety, and in the center, a wide piece of stone, about 8 feet long, a little bit short to be a bench to like sit in the center here, or a table. It's about barely a foot off the ground, and it looks to be carved out of a single piece of incredibly pale stone, where everything else here has this shade to it. This is the starkest, brightest piece of stone that you can see ahead of within the entire space, even with the small amount of light that is filtering from your torch.
Since Bill isn't here, I turn to Eolus. Is this where you found Willem last time? Here? And I point over to that stone.
Yeah, unfortunately, Willem stepped away for a second.
Well, I turn to Eolus.
Yeah.
I think it was further down.
He was trying to hide from you, right? But maybe we should try and think like, where would Willem try to hide it here?
Well, I don't know if we told you when we rejoined the camp, but he was, if my memory serves correctly, was next to a larger hole in the wall, it looked like. And beside him, a couple feet off, was was the remains of something.
So further in?
Yeah.
Do you recall which way? There are multiple ways to go forth.
Give me a moment. And can I look around the space and try to retrace our steps?
Make me a history check. Despite Willem insisting to you that this is where he was, of which he's quite sure, this feels different to you. This doesn't feel like the same space. It doesn't look like the same space.
It doesn't feel like home anymore?
No, it totally feels like... This is exactly right, Willem. This is exactly where you were.
And
Clearly back for at least now.
And how many other pathways are there?
There's one off to each side, and then ahead of you, sort of opposite this stone dais. It's about a foot high, 8 feet long, and like 3 feet wide. Is a double door that seems to lead onto another chamber, obviously.
I think I remember that from last time we were here, correct?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Since Bill is back, I turn to him, to Willem. So, where are you drawn to?
Last time I was real upset, and I was thinking, and let me concentrate. Let me think for a little bit. And he'd probably plop back down on his butt and try to get in the right headspace.
Sure.
And as Willem does that, I would like to take a closer look at the stone.
The stone in the center.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
Is detect magic still going, or do I have
It
to
is not. You would need to recast it. It went down while Dunham was moving rocks.
Okay, I will set your Willem and ritually start casting detect magic.
There we go. Ellis, are you taking a look at the stone? Oh, I didn't even see the investigation check go through. Sorry, my bad. You approach. There's writing, sort of carved into this stone here. You recognize it. You cannot read it. You recognize some of the sigils upon this stone as emblazoned upon the pinwood in the wake of the fire of your home.
My nostrils flare up. Hey, does anyone else recognize these? And I'll point out the sigils.
Sorry. Ashley came home. I'm not sure if I missed something, but did I need to roll anything for getting in the headspace?
I'll step closer to yours. Take a look at the markings.
Aeolus may have interrupted you in that pill. I'm calling everyone over to the carvings he found in the stone.
Okay, perfect. I think Willem would continue sitting there and trying to, feel the darkness while you all do that.
Yeah, Siegfried is gonna continue to ritually cast detect magic before he comes over. He'll come over once it's casted.
Danen's gonna step closer to yours. Take a look. Do they feel like similar like the ones we found in the pinwood?
Yeah.
Where we followed the trail to Alan?
Yep.
Weird. What are they doing here?
I swear, if we find him again and he is standing, I'm going to cut him up into tiny little pieces.
I'm pretty sure I obliterated him the last time. A pretty big swing to the head. And he dissolved right in front of our eyes. I don't think he's back. I do not hope so.
Well, if he's able to come back, do we think it's possible to Tell is able to?
Probably. I don't know.
Well, we should be on our guard then.
Don't have to tell me that.
So currently,
Which
all
way?
of you- sorry, just want to confirm. So currently, all of you have dark vision, and Dunnan, you are holding a torch.
Has a
correct?
thought. Yes. Correct, yes.
Just want to make sure I had everything correct there.
Yeah.
Okay. Continue.
Before we move forward, Aeolus is going to draw the solid steel, and he's gonna drag the blade across the back of his neck that's exposed, and activate his one of his crimson rights.
Okay. Which right are you activating?
The Rite of the Cold.
Okay.
Such a weird way to empower yourself. But whatever.
It's the only way I learned how.
Oh. You should start questioning your ways.
I have been questioning them since I came over here. And even
Yet
more
you're still
questioning-
doing them.
Well, if I'm able to find a way to invoke this magic without physical wounds, I'll start doing it. But I haven't found it yet.
Can tell you, rely on them, and I show him my biceps. That's how I do it, not by cutting myself and drinking a lot of ale, but that comes with the stature. Well, whatever. You feeling anything, Willem?
I know. Does Willem feel anything?
Throughout the space, yeah, this feels like home. This is where you were before. This is nothing seems off about this to you, Willem.
Am I getting anything more specific as I continue to reach out?
No. There's no answer. There's no call back. There's no echo. Just presence here. Comfortable.
It just feels like home, you know, good and comfortable and nice.
Does eventually my detect magic go off?
It will. Not quite yet. Man.
Well, waiting here doesn't bring us anything, so let's go over there and I point to one of the arching ways that goes around the corner.
Certainly, to the left or the right.
Let's just wait till
So-
to like get my spell off. What? Just a couple minutes.
You're all relying too much on your magic and stuff. Trust your instincts or a little bit of luck
My magic
sometimes.
is part of my instincts.
I mean,
Dan is not gonna listen. He's venturing off to the left.
Okay.
You can catch up to us.
Alright, Don's gonna explore a little bit.
catch up to us. I guess this means I'm going.
Yes, that means you
Willem
too.
will probably spring up and follow as well.
Siegfried just sighs, and then he'll use a spell slot to cast detect magic.
Okay. Noted. Mark off the slot.
The impatience is gonna get us killed.
I'm not known for my patience.
Dunnan.
Yes.
You push down this corridor. It's narrow. It's sort of turns about 90 degrees after entering it. And there's about a 15-foot by 15-foot room. And then another corridor to another like 10-foot by 15-foot room. And then another corridor and so on and so forth. Each of these small rooms has alcoves on either side of the corridor, such that you can't really step into them. It's just the alcoves are taking up the space. With, a series of tombs that line this corridor. Emblazoned upon each of them, and they will I assume would be checking them as you go by. There are more sigils of this unknown tongue.
Is this like a burial chamber? Let's open one up. Do not hope we find our quote unquote our friend sleeps in here.
I prefer not to open up one of the resting places.
You and your superstition.
If you would like to try,
Daniel is already trying.
Well, and would see if comprehend languages would help.
Okay. You cast comprehend languages?
I do.
Alright. In a fashion similar to the moments that you found the now missing scrap of parchment that Lander had sequestered away, or when trying to decipher the meaning of the runes carved upon the trees of the Pinwood. We are not sure what these say. This tongue is beyond the reach of such simple spells.
Then I would probably take note in my book, use my magic to copy it as well as possible. Not only the runes, but what the various grips and whatnot look like.
Such effort would take a significant degree of time with how much is carved onto these things. You'd be down here for several hours if you want to.
Sounds fantastic.
You can take let's say initially you can copy down the main stone in the front area, but you'll need to sit and focus for a long duration to actually work on the rest of it.
Fair.
Dunnan, you said you're opening one of these.
Yes, he's already trying to.
Alright, give me
Yes.
an athletics check to shove one of the lids of these tombs aside.
God damn.
Okay. You strain, you feel something in your back pop. Oof. You gotta stop. It's a little bit much. It's heavy.
Yeah, tightly
Strong.
closed.
You're quite strong. Not strong enough to move these lids by yourself.
Seems you get your way. Aeolus. Not gonna open it.
And still nothing from detect magic.
Nothing yet. No.
Okay.
Yeah, any names on the
Presumably.
tombs?
Because it's in the script that
Okay.
you cannot identify. As you push further down the corridor, sort of glancing around, seems like part of the, at one point, stone wall has been worn away in this space. And as you sort of hold your torch more aloft, you can see similar effects further ahead. Where maybe rainwater has washed out part of the surrounding earth and stone, and this worked area gives way to underground caves of some type. They're coated in most likely long dead spider webs.
Does it feel like it circles around? Or is it just continuing downwards?
The
or-
worked corridor It looks like it just continues straight, and you can see that where it sort of terminates directly ahead of you, about 30
Okay.
feet, roughly. It's not a very long space.
Okay.
The natural corridors, you're not sure if they connect in some other way to some other spill point or not, but yeah.
Seems like we've reached the end. Got any feeling, Siegfried? Magic anywhere around here?
So now you want to know if I feel any magic.
Well, we can just backtrack and go the other corridor. I don't mind.
Siegfried just shrugs.
Danan shrugs and goes back.
I would like to take a step or two into the cave portion and see if the feeling that I feel, if it gets heavier, if it gets stronger like it did when I was initially here trying to find Willem.
Since entering the corridor here, it's not changed. And as you enter this natural worked cave section, it seems to remain constant. This uneasiness. There's an undercurrent of stress and worry, and it's just sort of permeates through. You have this on edge feeling. Everyone, all of you can give your perception checks. Nice. Alright, so Willem and Aeolus. What the two of you see and what the rest of you do not see is that Dunnan, your torch isn't shedding as much light as it should. It's gone beyond your notice. You're more concerned with the space around you. But Aeolus and Willem, the two of you notice this particular tidbit. And your shadows sort of stretch and twist and shift in ways that don't quite exactly match the flickering torchlight at the present moment.
I don't think we're alone.
I've
What do you
always
mean?
loved the living shadows.
Hello,
Something watching us?
it's me. And I'm gonna start going further into the natural wood, or the natural cave.
Okay. As you push into the natural cave, Willem, do you go with him?
Absolutely.
Okay. So you push into that swoop. There we go. Push in that space. It seems to loop back around Aeolus. The first area of this natural cave that sort of goes off to the side. You see that it sort of reconnects towards the end of this worked hallway that has the series of crypts and tombs along the sides of it. The stone coffins that make up the tombs that should have been where these natural corridors sort of like collapsed away are not present. You do not see their remains in any sort. Maybe they're never placed there. Siegfried, what are you doing?
I'd probably follow behind them to see if detect magic picked up anything.
Okay. You push forward, sort of skimming your eyes throughout the space. Nothing sort of reads or registers as off to you. Dunham, where are you? Staying with Siegfried?
No, right behind Aeolus. Oh, behind Willem and Aeolus.
I mean, just to be clear, I would have been following Aeolus and Willem as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. I asked because Aeolus specifically called out Willem to follow him, that's why.
Oh, okay. Oh, never mind. Yeah.
You push into the natural corridors. The ground is firm underfoot. Down feels like probably not a source of like a port caused by rainwater at the very least. Danger of flooding down here is probably low. Wasn't supposed to rain today. Gives you some degree of comfort. The space here is different, but there's still a presence that hangs heavy in the air around you. Siegfried, roll me a... Oh, sorry, not Siegfried, my apologies. Willem, roll me a D100. My apologies. .44. Okay. You're looking around the natural area at the moment, Willem, and you're turned towards the natural cavern. As you turn back to focus on Aeolus, you see sort of raising its head out of the wall a dark form. It has no features. It looks like a cloaked head of impossibly dark fabric. Sort of reaching out, it raises a hand towards Aeolus's back and extends this long, multi-jointed series of fingers that end in dark, sharp claws, also looking as if they're cloaked in this dark fabric that sort of drag and dangle behind it. And they make a gentle caress of the back of Aeolus's neck. Aeolus, a shiver sort of runs down your spine as you're sort of looking through this space here. And sort of skim around. Nothing else seems to be present. It just looks like worked earth. You don't notice anything.
Aeolus, he touched you. And then he would like look at the shadow and say, "Come here, friend. Touch me. Join me."
Sort of shrinks back into the wall.
No, I feel you. Please, come. Please come.
We clocked that.
No? Oh, well, you hear Willem talking to something.
Who are you talking to, Willem? I don't see anything.
The shadow, it blessed Aeolus. It touched him. I just want the same.
Siegfried, you feel a cold bead of sweat sort of run down your back, and all the hairs on your arms stand on end.
Please, shadows, come to me.
I think
I
it
want
might be
you to
touching
one.
me. Willem, is it touching me right now?
Should I toss out a perception to see?
You can sort of backtrack and take a look at Siegfried. You don't see anything. Nothing there.
I don't know. You have to watch so close to see them. To see their beautiful claws and the shadows reach out.
I think you're imagining things. I don't see anything.
I feel something, but I don't. It's not what I usually feel when I cast detect magic. It's mostly just I'm getting goosebumps. That's all.
And I try to sense if there's any fey fiend or undead in the area.
Sure. Go ahead and roll me a survival check with advantage.
I can't do that too.
I can't. I can just see him.
He, at the start,
Oops.
when Aeolus
Wrong one.
initially felt it, I was gonna pass it off as cool. I'll try to investigate to see if there's any like cracks in the wall. But then as Willem continued talking, it was like either he's going crazy or he's actually seeing something.
There's
Or
something
both.
very, very unnatural about this space, Aeolus. It's a tomb with missing crypts. You have a suspicion there's something untowards about potential necromancy here. Of what specifically, you know not. But it stinks.
I would like to start to go through and
Done.
and
You
Hmm.
sort of focus on your consciousness for a moment and open yourself up. As you're sort of skimming and letting your sense radiate through this space, you feel like you've been doused in ice cold water, chilling you to the core, and the sense registers immediately right behind you. You spin. There's nothing there.
Something's very wrong here. I feel like I'm drenched in ice water. Ugh. Nothing's here when I turn around.
Perhaps if you leave me in here in the dark for a moment, I can commune with them.
I don't think we should leave you alone, Will.
No. And then
But-
we find your corpse lying on the ground. Surely not.
Maybe
I
Dunnan,
would never.
you can put
What's
out your
wrong?
torch.
Think that's the right call? I already got my hair standing up as it is.
I mean, whatever this thing is, whatever is in here or whatever is messing with us, it obviously doesn't have an affinity for light. I'm not sure
Didn't
it'll
hurt you.
make itself known as long as it's down here.
Alright.
I'll leave it. It's up to you, I guess.
Let's try it, and before I put out the torch I cast bless on how many? Can
At
I?
the moment, since Willem had gone around to take a look at Siegfried, you can see Aeolus and Siegfried at the moment. You cannot see Willem.
Then me, Aeolus and Siegfried.
Sure.
And then I put out the
And
torch.
then you snuff the torch.
Yeah.
And so you sort of grind the torch into the dirt wall to quickly extinguish it a little bit. You know, you can shake the dirt off later. That the small amount of heat that was emanating from the torch fades as well. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Your breath is crystallizing in the air. And then you feel something incredibly painful rake down your arm. I'm going to move you guys to a map, and I need you to roll into initiative.
Do I have to roll Constitution save?
For Bless, yes, please.
Oh no.
I'm sorry, I forgot to select my target or my token.
Oh, good.
At least I get something to edit.
Initiative.
And wasn't registered, I think.
Oh,
Was 13.
13. 1, 2. And your con save, yeah, you're fine. You can easily maintain.
How much damage do I take?
Take 14 points of necrotic damage, and I need a d4 roll,
Yikes.
please. Two. Dunnan. As these ice cold claws sort of rake along your arm, you feel them sapping the strength of your own body. Currently you're at -2 strength.
In total, -2.
Yep. I've just adjusted your strength score temporarily to reflect
Oh,
-2.
okay. Out to 18, okay.
Yeah. I'm not adjusting on the front page. I'm adjusting it in the settings.
Okay.
And let's get some battle music in here. Top of initiative, Aeolus. What'll it be?
I am going to spin around to see if I can see anything. I'll move over here just to get Willem into a better eye line, and I will hold my action for the first thing that hops out at me.
Okay. Sounds good. You're holding an attack with the sword?
Yes, because I am unaware if that something happened. So.
Yeah. Okay. Done. You cry out in pain from this thing. Whatever it was that got you. You don't see where it went. What do you do?
Yeah. I think I just turn on the attack where I felt the touch.
Sure.
On my, you said right arm?
Yeah, on your right arm. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the direction I'm gonna attack.
Go ahead and roll me a D100 as well, please.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. As you sort of swing out, didn't have the highest chance of passing through it, but you feel the basher find purchase in something invisibly in that space there that you did not notice in that space. You deal some damage.
And I'm gonna smite it. Let me return the favor. Pump in a divine smite. Damn it.
Alright. Okay. You feel your divine smite take hold, blast through whatever was there, this explosion of light in the space, and then eventually your basher sort of continues its arc through into the wall and crashes into the earth and stone with a dull thud.
Go for it again.
Okay. You swing through the space where you just impacted this thing. Feel nothing there. No resistance whatsoever.
Crap! It moved! It ran away or whatever. Somewhere around here. Watch your back.
Willem. What would it be?
Yes, hi. So Willem would have heard the battle and Dunny getting attacked, correct?
Yes, at this point.
So I don't see where Dunnan is right now, so I'm going to try to move my token in the direction I think he is.
Yeah. Dunnan is over here.
Completely wrong way, okay.
Yeah. You as Willem would know where Dunnan was.
One sec.
So Willem would have gone over and said, Dunny, it attacked? And then, like, before he got an answer, he would have firmed up his voice and say, Shadows, these are my family. You will submit to me. You will not attack my family. And we'll try to reach out any magical senses that he has to the darkness.
As you do that, make me an intimidation check. Okay. I will bear that in mind. Anything else, Willem?
No, I mean, I suppose with a spell I would be trying to guard Dunny. Let me look at my spells real quick. I think probably with just Grasp of the Void. My mind is these chains are magical, so perhaps if the shadows were to attack, it would give me the opportunity to hold them and make them submit to me, because...
Well, let me clarify. Are you trying to intimidate them so they don't attack your family? Or are you trying to hold a spell to attack them?
So I want them to submit to me just because I did not
Okay.
as family.
I would say that's going to fall in the intimidation category. So you're not holding the spell at the moment yet.
Okay, that's fine.
Yep. Okay. That'll bring us around to Siegfried in that case.
I am going to try and form up with Willem and Dunnan. Siegfried definitely can't see what's going on.
As you sort of rush towards them, you feel this dragging sensation. You feel like your guts are being ripped out and sort of left behind you. Does an 18 hit you?
Yep, it does. Is this something I can use woe against?
Do you have to be able to see the source for woe?
Good question. Sorry, I have so many things on my sheet now. Where is it? Cosmic Omen. Yep, creature you can see, so I cannot.
You cannot. You take 12 points of necrotic damage and roll me a d4. Your strength score is reduced by 3. I'm going to make the change for you. Okay. You can continue your movement. You catch up to Willem. Yeah.
So, I mean, I just say, I just got hit over here. I'll yell that out to Willem as I run over. I think you're the only one who can get us out of this. And, so I have an action, bonus action, movement.
Would Willem be able to respond to that, by the way?
As your attention is drawn to where Siegfried is sort of gesturing to generally, you see the claws lingering, sort of bringing it to the unremarkable, devoid and featureless face, almost like it's smelling or tasting or something, as the creature sort of slinks back into the wall in the shadows. You saw it, Willem. Siegfried did not.
Yeah, that's why I was also asking, would I have been able to, maybe not so much comment to Siegfried, but when they spoke, can I use that as an opportunity to speak to the creature?
Sure, you can spend your reaction to do so.
Perfect. So Willem would say, twice I say it. You do not attack my family. You will submit to me. He's getting increasingly upset.
Mm-hmm. Anything else, Siegfried? All you've done is move so far.
Yeah, sorry, I was reading as well.
Oh, good.
I am. Shit, I don't really know what to do. I am bonus action going to go into chalice form
Okay.
and just take the dodge action for now.
Dodge action. Noted.
Yeah. And that is my turn.
And that'll bring us to our friend's turn.
He's not our friend.
Yeah, that's it. Alright, Aeolus. You feel what once was sort of this cold sort of sensation across your neck now try to sort of grab and pinch into you for a moment. That's a natural 20 to hit you.
Awesome.
As it sort of clasps your neck. You take low damage roll, 13 points of necrotic damage.
All right. I will
and-
use my reaction to swing.
Roll a d4 first.
Yep.
You can swing after your strength score is reduced by 3.
I got it.
You're doing it on the gear page, correct? Not direct
Yes.
stat. Alright, perfect. Like just typing in like -3. Perfect.
Yep.
Alright. And what reaction are you using to swing? Your held action?
Yes.
Sure. Go ahead and make an attack roll at disadvantage. Not enough. Just shy. As you sort of swing wildly, trying to sort of bat whatever's at the back of your neck, you feel another claw sort of drag down your left arm. Does a 15 hit you?
It does not. Hit the held action. Do I get both of my attacks or only one?
I'd say you have both of them.
Okay. So as I feel the second swipe, I'm gonna try again.
As this sort of drag goes down your arm, but just sort of clatters off, just barely missing you. You swing the solid steel and find some degree of purchase in that space. And like a resistance, like you're swinging it through water. Like it still moves, but slowly. And then all of a sudden it's quick again.
Alright, and then I'm going to use Brand of Castigation. If I'm able to.
Give me Brand of Castigation. Alright. Okay. Sounds good. Yeah. You feel it take hold, but you do not see your brand floating in the air anywhere.
Okay.
Next up, the claws rake your back, Willem.
Yes, I am Willem.
Yes, they drag down your back. That is a 19 to hit you.
That does hit. Yes, yes.
Take 11 points of necrotic damage, and your strength score is reduced by a d4 as well. Please roll me a d4. Ooh.
Good thing I'm not really
Ooh.
based on strength.
Willem, I already got it for you.
Thank you. I was about to. Yeah.
Willem, you feel your strength sapped in this moment. Like, your resolve, you can make your own determinations on, but you feel like your ability to even hold yourself up for a moment wavers before you steady yourself. That'll then bring us around to Aeolus.
Feeling the effects of his strength, Aeolus is going to start to make his way towards his allies.
Sure. As you take your first step, something tries to grab your leg.
Okay.
Does a 20 hit you?
Yes, it does.
Take 10 points of necrotic damage and roll me a d4.
This is going to bring up an interesting reaction.
Reduce your strength by 3.
Yep.
Yep.
Am I still able to move?
You are, yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
it's not grappling you, it's digging its claws into you, so you sort of rip yourself off the claws and hurt yourself.
Aeolus rushes over, and if Dunnan or Willem are paying any attention, they hear Aeolus struggling and beginning to have quickened breathing, like he's at the beginnings of a
Orgasm?
panic attack. I think the opposite.
Sorry, I couldn't help myself on that.
And the hand that's holding the mitigator is shaking. And I will hold my action for a shocking grasp.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Okay, sounds good. So you were holding a shocking grasp.
Yep.
Noted. Alright, that'll then bring us around to Dunnan, who said he'd be right back in a couple minutes. Dunnan will call out, "Where are they? Let me at them." Where is he, Willem? And hold an attack for your direction. Willem, around to you.
So Willem would have not only seen the family be attacked, but be attacked themselves, and would say, "Thrice said and done, creature. You will submit to me, or I will turn the shadows to your destruction. Submit now, kneel in front of me." And would demand it. Is it possible to both try to intimidate them, but to set up even a reaction to use an ability if they do not?
You could do one or the other.
All right. We will do the telling them to submit.
Sure.
I will
Make me
point
another
in front
intimidation
of me.
check.
Meh.
Alright. That'll bring us to Siegfried.
Siegfried sees what Willem is trying to do, and I think he's gonna try and help Willem. I am going to cast Enhance ability on Willem and give him Eagle Splendor.
Okay.
And that is my turn.
No. Cjbeards drops. Alright. Bring it to their turn. Willem, as you're sort of pointing at the ground, you see one of their forms sort of rise up out of the space that you're pointing at. And you feel Siegfried's spell take effect. You feel grand. Up until the moment that this thing tries to claw both hands into your arm and rake down your entire arm as if it's pulling your flesh off like a glove. 23 to hit you.
Yeah, that gets me.
9 points of necrotic damage, and roll me a d4, please.
Is this the branded creature?
No, it is not.
Okay.
The branded creature is currently back. It moved away from you. Or sorry, you moved away from it. My apologies. When you rush down to your companions.
Okay.
2. You're now at -6 strength, Willem. The branded creature is moving. Aeolus, you get the sensation of where it is moving to. It is ending up next to Siegfried.
Okay.
Siegfried, one attack against you from the thing that you can't see. 21 to hit you. Siegfried? You
I
there?
said.
Oh.
Can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you now.
Okay.
Yep, 21 to hit you. It is 5 points of necrotic and a d4 roll, please.
D4, right?
D4, yep. Ooh, 1. Good roll. You are now at -4 strength. And lastly, the one that you, and one of the other ones that you escaped from, Aeolus, has closed in on you. Does an 18 hit you?
It does.
Okay. 7 points of necrotic and a d4 roll, please. Ooh.
Yep. Okay. Can I use my reaction?
Certainly.
I'm going to turn and in a as commanding as Aeolus is able to, is going to shout, "Run! Get out of here!" And is going to try to push Willem and Dunnan in the notion of like for them to start running.
And sort of give a shove on their backs. You would have been strong enough to sort of push them along. You're not anymore.
Several rounds ago.
Yeah. Around to you, Aeolus.
I think Willem would have immediately responded if that's possible.
Sure, you can spend your reaction to do so.
Yeah, I would have said no. The shadows are mine, and they are not listening. They will know their place.
Because they're going to kill you and the rest of us. If you want to keep your family safe, run! Get them out of here! And Aeolus is going to...
Thank you, Siegfried.
Aeolus is going to... try to throw a sacred flame towards... or in the direction of what last hit him.
Roll me a D100. You're looking for a top third. just for the chance of being in the right spot. He erupts in the space. You're not sure. Aeolus has no idea if he caught something or not.
Right. At this point, I'm just gonna try to use my movement and try to, like, put my weight against Dunnan and Willem and try to push them out. And that's my turn.
Dunnan. Alright, let me pull up Dunnan's sheet real quick. Say, Willem, I can't see them. You have to tell me where they are. He's going to use a bonus action and activate Basher's extra ability, which he doesn't have a resource for some reason. So incense starts to fill the area. Aeolus, can you roll me a d4, please?
Sure thing. Yoink. Oh, now I roll low.
Of course. Alright. So, within that aura, at the end of each of his turns, everyone in that aura regains 1 hit point. And then it'll change in his next turn. So that's bonus action, and he's going to hold attacks as he's continuing to try to get Willem to tell him where the hell he needs to attack. That'll bring us to Willem.
So, would Willem be able to see? There's how many of these?
You can see 3 of them currently. One of them is assailing Aeolus. Aeolus was like 7 feet to the wrong side of where this thing attacked him. There's one catty corner to Siegfried, not within your reach, and there's one that's adjacent to you and Dunnan.
So am I able to tell Dunnan where it is without that taking some of my resources?
You can use your action or your reaction to tell him where it is. How's that?
A reaction would be fine.
Sure.
And then the other 2, the one near, you said there's one near Aeolus? Or is it Siegfried?
So that's the first 7. 1 sec, hold on. 7, 8.
No worries.
As Dunnan sort of swings and feels the resistance, and you can see Basher sort of slow a little bit in midair, Siegfried. As it swings through. Willem, you see it impacting the shadow the shadowy form that you just saw, and then pass through it. That form is dissipated, and then it sinks into the earth next to him again.
Fair. So there was one either near Siegfried or Aeolus. I missed which one. I apologize. Okay. Well, the one... That's fair. The one near Aeolus, I would point at and say, "Let the darkness hound at you. You are not of my git."
Alright, what do we do?
So that one I would hit with a Hound of Ill Omen.
Okay.
And the other one I will point at and say, "Let the fires burn you, much as you have attacked my family."
1 second, pulling out the Hound right now. There you go. So it is to the right. The shadow is to the right of the Hound. And then the other one you're doing what at? Scorching, right?
Yeah.
2nd level?
Yeah.
Alright, sounds good. You can see them. You don't have to roll a disadvantage. So straight roll, 19 hits. 2nd attack.
I'm just going to roll 2d20 because it's 3 rays total, right?
Yeah. Yeah, +8 bonus. I know what you're looking for.
I'm assuming that one doesn't quite do it.
You were assuming correctly. So you got 2 hits, so that's 4d6 fire damage. Yeah. The fire takes hold, but it doesn't seem to do as much as you were anticipating. It seems like it's resistant to the fire. However, this was the one that Aeolus injured previously with the brand of castigation. And that means that even though it resists that fire, it is sufficient to make Siegfried safe.
That is what I'm looking for.
Okay. To the Hound of Ill Omen.
Otherwise known as Bob.
Sure. That was killed
Put it on the
there.
sheet right now.
Dunnan killed the one here, for context.
I would be able to use pack tactics, so I'm going to just roll twice.
Sounds good. The Hound, can it see? Like it does they don't benefit from being unseen, correct?
I do not believe they do.
Okay, sounds good. 22 hits. 8 does not. So
Well,
9
it was
points of-
it was just one attack. I didn't realize it was already on
Oh.
advantage. I apologize.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So 22 hits. 9 points of piercing damage. And unfortunately, it is immune to the grapple condition. Sorry, it's just grapple. It knocks prone. It's okay. It's immune to prone as well.
That is fair.
So it's
But
doesn't
Bob
make
will
that
always
save,
know
but it
that
does
he's
deal
really
damage.
skilled.
All right. And that'll then bring us to Siegfried. Before you go, Siegfried, Dunnan, you've activated the Basher, and you yell at Willem to stop intimidating them and tell you where they are so you can hit them. And you hit one of them and
Alright.
destroyed it. You still cannot see them.
Just so you know, every creature gets the benefit of the
Yep.
of the Basher. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, they get the benefit at the end of your turns.
Yeah.
Yeah, you rolled a 1 though. So.
Even enemies get the benefit.
Oh, do they?
Yes. It says every creature, I think.
Okay, it wouldn't have made a difference. Sounds good.
Okay.
What'll it be, Siegfried?
So, where is Aeolus shouting from? Is he over here or is he over here?
Aeolus is over here. Is he right outside of your line of vision?
I can't see you pinging either, but yeah, I think he is.
Oh yeah, he is. He's just above Dunham.
Okay, all right. I was very confused. I was like, Aeolus is pushing Dunnan. I can't see him, but
Yeah.
he's over here. With the bonus action, I am going to healing word Aeolus. Sorry, this is the only 5e game I play anymore, and it's very I'm out of practice now.
Yeah.
So I am going to healing word Aeolus at a 3rd level.
Okay.
So seven hit points, not the greatest. But I get my chalice healing now as well. I have to double check because I don't think I updated it for the level up. I think it's fine. We'll send that over to myself. Well, 12 for me. So that was a bonus action, and I am gonna continue to dodge.
Noted. All right. That'll bring us to your assailants. One of them is going to continue to attack Aeolus. It cares nothing for this hound. I don't know if the hound gets any special benefit at that moment, though.
I don't think so. I'm looking right now, though.
Alright. Aeolus, does a 17 hit you?
Yes, it does.
Oh my god, you're... take 7 points of necrotic damage, and roll me another d4. Your strength decreases more.
Yep.
Aeolus, of note, you are now also heavily encumbered. Your speed is 0.
Yep.
You're the amount of equipment you carry, you are no longer strong enough to move reliably within this.
Yeah. I think Aeolus at this point is already struggling on his hands and knees. He has dropped his
Ooh, just
weapon.
enough movement. One. Oh, I can't quite get there. Willem, you're being the focus of attack.
Okay.
You can see it, so that's a 15 to hit you on the first one.
Nada.
Second one is a 21 to hit you.
Yeah, that does it.
Two of them have approached you, so one is adjacent, directly next to you, one is directly next to Siegfried. And then one is below Siegfried as well, which will be attacking him. It takes 6 points of necrotic damage, and roll me a d4, please. Your strength is reduced further by 4. Your speed is now 0.
Yike.
What's your current strength score, everybody?
2.
18.
Yeah, Dunnan's been okay. He's somehow ended up in the best position. Although you're the one who can tank this the best also. Siegfried, you have one attack coming at you. You cannot see it, so it's an 18 to hit you.
That hits.
13 points of necrotic damage, great damage roll. And a 1d4 strength reduction. Ooh, there's a lot of 4s you guys are rolling here.
And you said 18, right?
No, it was 18 hit. It's only 13 points of damage. So your save is DC is 10. Or Eagle Splendor, if you care to continue to focus. Brings us to Aeolus. So I'm gonna move these guys for context. I'm gonna move these guys to the map at this point. Only Willem is able to see them.
Okay. I'm going to use my action to flush out the first toxin that I took.
Okay.
The first mutagen. And then I'm going to attempt to do I have to that I can see shit. Yeah, as a bonus action, I'm going to drink my second mutagen.
Oh my, good choice.
So that goes to 8. So yeah,
Okay.
Aeolus is going to stand up.
Yep.
And is going to give a loud screaming roar. And is just going to try to last ditch effort yell for everyone to run. And he's going to drop his shield and pull his great spear out.
Okay. Oh, well, you have your blood malediction on the sword. Are you dropping? Like, that's still active, or your blood right?
Yes.
Are you dropping that, or are you dual wielding?
I have the great spear in one hand and the
Sword in the other.
indicator in the other.
Okay, sounds good. All right. That brings us to Dunnan. Then you see Willem just sort of collapsing. Willem, you can barely hold yourself up at this point. You don't carry that much weight. It's just too much for you. Now.
Would I still be able to cast though?
Yeah. Until it hits 0.
Can I?
Not fair.
Shall I roll the d4 for the basher?
Yeah, you can roll that.
Okay, so everybody within the aura gets 2 hit points. Seeing that the situation is a little dire and everybody's struggling, he's gonna drop the concentration for Bless and casts as a bonus action Shield of Faith on himself.
Okay.
Sorry, accidentally hit that.
Okay.
Depths in between Willem and Aeolus. And I imagine Dannen would have seen that Aeolus got hit from the space around there.
Yeah,
And
you
they-
saw him
they-
recoil, and you do see the Hound of Ill Omen
Yeah.
sort of bit something in that space. So you know the space that it's at. So for the purposes of that, there's not an automatic failure of just randomly missing it.
Okay.
By picking the wrong spot, but it is still benefiting from invisible. So it is still disadvantage.
Okay. Cool. God damn it. Okay, I think 14 misses.
Oh, no,
8.
1 misses, yeah.
Yeah. Second.
18 hits. Are you dumping any extra mustard on that?
Yes. Going all out.
Sounds good. Level 1?
Yes.
3d8. They are undead.
3?
3. They are
Okay.
undead.
Can I roll a little bit higher, man?
Yeah. That's okay. That is 3, 7, 13. Yeah, that is sufficient. That one is annihilated by that.
I'll hold the line, try to get out of here. But the dynamic lighting is a little bit weird because I see nothing to the right side of me.
Yeah. Oh, there's a sort of block of stone there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
How the wall's curved. So you've only spent 5 feet of your movement so far. If you want to move any more.
Okay, hold on. Since there's nothing over, I'm gonna go over there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
15. Yep. Alright. 20 feet spent. That'll bring us around to Willem. Your speed is 0. You cannot run.
Yeah. So Willem would go ahead and twin cast Chaos Bolt, 3rd level at these two.
And the 2 in front of you.
What's that?
The two adjacent to you.
Yeah, and at this point he's just screaming somewhat incoherently as he does so.
Yep. Okay. Disadvantage. It is a ranged attack. You're in melee. First one is a hit on the north one. Go ahead and roll damage.
Sorry, 1 month.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah.
That's the
Bouncy.
same number on both the D8. So you are on thunder damage, but hold on. So we have 2d8, and then why'd you roll 3d6?
Because I'm upcasting it.
Okay, I didn't hear you say that you were upcasting it. All right, 16, 24. That is sufficient to annihilate the first one. Go ahead and roll for the chaos of the bolt. Make a new attack roll against another one.
Also at disadvantage, right?
Yep. Which one do you want to target with the chaos shot? The south, all the way to the south, next to Siegfried,
Yeah.
below Siegfried.
It would be a 13 would be the
13 hits. Go for damage. Seven and 3d6. What type of damage?
Yeah, I'm looking at it. Sorry. We'll go ahead and do the lightning.
Lightning. Okay. So that's 18. They do seem to resist the lightning.
Fair.
But now you have your twin bolt against the other one adjacent to you. So go ahead and roll another attack.
Yeah, I'm just doing it that way. So
13 hits.
okay.
Go for damage.
There you have it.
Thunder or acid, which will it be?
Thunder.
Thunder. Noted. 6, 12, 13, 20... 22, correct?
Yes.
Alright. It does resist the thunder, but that is not quite enough to kill that one. Pardon me.
Fair. So is my Hound of Ill Omen gone?
Does
Because
it
it's a
persist
creature
until?
attack.
Yeah, I believe
It's
it
got-
persists until that point. I'll
Here,
yank it
let
for
me-
now. But
Let me
don't-
throw it back up there 1 sec.
I'm coming around to Siegfried in a moment.
Because I think it is gone once the creature its target is gone.
It is.
Yeah. So I would use the last bits of my points to cast
Yeah, it
another
dis-
one
Yeah, it disappears.
on this guy.
Okay.
So preferably a hound would end up, actually, we'll say right here.
Where? Right here?
Correct.
Sure.
But targeting this
The
one.
far one. Heard. Alright, go for your attack roll with your hound as we're coming around to Siegfried then.
And it is next to one of us, so it should have pack tactics.
No, its target is not next to.
Ah, damn it. It's worth a try.
Nine.
If we targeted one of these guys, they'd have pack tactics, but not this guy.
Yeah, I get it. It was worth a try.
Oh, good. That'll
Said
then
probably
bring us to
It
Siegfried.
wouldn't have mattered anyway.
Yeah, yeah, true. Siegfried, what'll it be? Willem is
So-
weakened on the ground. Aeolus is similarly weak.
Yeah, everyone seems to be dying around me, and it doesn't seem like we can run away because I can only carry Willem probably, and gonna take a bunch of opportunity attacks. Yeah, I can barely carry Willem. Anyways, so Siegfried is going to get his staff out and start chanting, and then focus his energy into the tip of the staff, and he is going to cast Daylight.
Okay. Noted. So that is 60 feet of bright light.
Yeah,
Let me make sure I can actually select your token.
and I don't believe it's concentration. It just lasts for an hour.
Yeah. I assume you're casting on your staff, so it travels
Yeah,
with you.
so it travels with me. Yeah. And I don't have any bonus actions right now because I can't cast another level spell, so that is my turn.
Okay. In an instant, the area is filled with this warm orange glow of daylight emanating throughout the space. Somewhat blinding. Okay, cool. No saves or anything associated with that. That brings us to these creatures. Willem, you can see they're sort of shielding their eyes from the sunlight. They have disadvantage on their attacks now. Which will be a straight roll against Siegfried. As the source of the daylight. Straight roll against you. 20 to hit. I'm sorry. 9 points of necrotic damage, Siegfried, and roll me a d4.
A 1. Yep.
Nice. That's big. Second attack against you. I think I just jumped you by 2. My bad. You should be at -8 right now, not -9. Second attack against you is a 19 to hit.
That also hits.
Alright. 10 points of necrotic damage, and I need 2 constitution saving throws, please. And a
Yep,
D4 roll.
on the second
You-
one, I am going to use my reaction to Stone's Endurance.
You
Okay.
get a +4 because of my aura on the saving throw.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So let me just do Stone's Endurance first.
Okay, that's possible. He can't fail that then.
So,
you can't fail the con save. You're good. You don't even
Okay.
have to roll it.
So the second attack was a 10, so I take 3 from the second
3
attack.
points total, yeah.
Okay.
But I need a D4 roll.
Okay, yep.
Okay. Your strength is down to a 3 at this point, Siegfried.
Oh boy.
Alright.
I think the only thing keeping me up is my ability to carry things higher. Like I'm one size higher to carry things.
Yeah.
I think that's one
it's
thing.
keeping you standing. Yeah. You're
The sun.
carrying as
Yeah.
if you have a big 6 strength.
Yeah.
Last one is moving to you, Dunnan. Disadvantage. It's only a 13 to hit you, Dunnan.
No.
Oh,
No.
good. You know it's there. You can feel it.
Bounces
striking
off
you.
the invisible shield of my faith, which is just ale.
Yeah.
I always
Well,
I always like the idea that you don't know if Shield of Faith is gonna work until someone hits you or doesn't hit you.
And you're like, oh man, Shield of Faith would block that. Yeah. Aeolus, around to you. You cannot see them at the moment. You have no idea.
Can I see that Siegfried is just losing his strength?
His veins have been blackened.
All right. I'm gonna try something, and you can tell me if it's possible.
Sure.
I'm gonna move up to here, and I'm gonna use my action to swap places with Siegfried, and try to pull him to up here.
Okay. I assume this may be willing, but you're both weak at this point.
Mhm.
You're going to need to roll a athletics check with a DC of 10.
Okay.
You're willing, the DC's not high, but there's a chance that you just don't have the grip strength to sort of get there and shift him. This would be one of your actions. This is representing a shove action that's basically contested by the fact that you both are weak as shit right now. You have a
That's
second
of
attack
course.
if you want to attempt. You're replacing your attacks with the shove action here.
So I don't know that they're there where they are, right?
No,
So-
you don't know quite where they're at. You can tell that the one is probably somewhere near Dunnan based on where the hound's looking. You've seen the hound act before, especially against things that it can't see. But you don't know exactly where it is.
Okay.
You've taken
I'm
the
gonna-
attack action so far, so you cannot cast a spell at this point.
Right. I am going to look to Dunnan, and I'm going to tell him, get them away from here. And I'm going to try to draw their attention by moving over here. But I want to try to head through these spaces if Aeolus is able to.
Sure. As you sort of push into this space, it feels diagonally. It feels like you're pushing through a waterfall of winter meltwater, and then you
Okay.
emerge on the other side. That is all of your movement.
As all my movement.
All your movement. You still have an attack action, or you still have one more attack remaining. You now have a pretty good idea there's something in the space that you just moved through.
All right. Bonus action, the Great Spear. I strike it across a piece of, or a section of, exposed skin, activating my second right,
Sure.
which will be lightning, and then I'm going to attack with the short sword.
All right, go for it. No good. Short sword. Oh, you're. Hold on, Aeolus. Short sword is finesse. So you actually have a +4 on that because you can use your dexterity now. But it's still not enough with the 6.
Okay.
Alright.
And that's it. I'm just gonna try to cause or be a lot bigger in my space than I am.
Alright. Dunnan, around you. You saw where Aeolus tried to stab at you. You know you just got attacked from somewhere to the south at that spot. What are you doing? And you know Willem can see these things.
Willem, point out where they are, and I'm not gonna leave you all here. And I guess I attack where Aeolus just attacked. So, there.
Yeah, between you and the Hound.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make attack roll.
Is it now straight or
Straight roll.
because we have flanking?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, no, I said straight. You hit. 17. Would you like to add
And then-
any extra?
Well, yes, a level 2 Divine Smite. So 48, right?
Yeah.
Gonna fuck them up.
Yeah. This burst of sunlight just sort of is echoed by the basher as it annihilates something that you can't even see done. You just see a flash of light and then nothing.
I step in. Can Willem point out where they are for me?
If you can spend his reaction to do so, yeah.
I'd be more than happy to.
Okay, and I'll.
Which one do you point out? I assume you point out the one that your hound's not going after, correct, Willem?
Correct.
Alright, so the one to the north, then.
Okay, so I swing, take the momentum of the swing, step one, just one step around ahead, and then just try to hit the one. So that's with disadvantage now.
Yep.
And just for good measure, okay, another Divine Smite, second level.
Go for it. Another 48.
Is
10. Jeez.
Jeez.
nobody fucks my family.
That's 58 points of damage.
He starts laughing when he
That's it with all 6, 4s, and 8s.
That was 56 points of damage, I believe. Because
You
they're
definitely
vulnerable to radiant.
That right?
Pardon?
I said he totally deserves inspiration for that. That was great.
Sure, you can have a DM inspiration. Go for it.
Yay!
Get an advantage on something. Around to Willem.
All right. So Willem has probably still looked crazed about the eyes a little bit, and has, despite his weakness, pulled out the original book that all of his drawings goes into, is weakly waving it, yelling, "The darkness is not yours! It is mine, and you will not take it from me, and you will not take the family from me." And uses that as a focus for his spell.
Sure, I like it. Go for it. What spell? Cast Bolt. Nice roll. Go for damage. What level?
Second.
2d8, 2d6.
I'm really glad I prepared daylight. I was like, we're going into the Shadow Realm.
That's
Might
not
as
what
well-
I
Select a new target also.
Oh.
7, that's psychic damage. They're not
The
immune.
Hound
That
will
one is
offend.
annihilated. That means the Hound vanishes. And who are you attacking with the
Well,
leap of
that's who I was
Decay's
going to attack was the Hound. Is that too late to attack it?
Yeah, because the one thing is dying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Donnie. Probably you.
Make an
I know
attack roll,
Donnie
Shannon.
is a beefy folk.
Sure, go for it. 1923 also hits Dunnan. Go for damage.
Yes.
And he rolls more doubles. It bounces again.
Oh my god, that'd be
I do
wonderful.
it because of you.
That's how the
19 points
PK
is-
happens.
19 points of psychic damage. It's all psychic.
I just think that the ale from yesterday kicks in of a massive.
That's gonna take us out of initiative, though.
Yeah, my head.
Yeah, Cjbeards will just yell out, we need to get to the surface and we need to rest before we look anywhere else in here.
For context, everyone heals 18 with the remainder of Dunnan's flail before it expires.
Well,
Who even
wait,
can walk here?
We will clear this because he will not allow the darkness to be taken from him. The shadows are his realm. He is now much less accepting and much more angry.
I just look over to Willem. Aeolus isn't going to make it through the night if we keep exploring. We have to get out of here.
We will rest
think-
and we will clear it. No one goes into somebody's home and attacks them. This is my home now.
I think,
You
Dunnan
went
and
into someone's home and attacked them.
yeah, I think Dunnan and I are the only ones strong enough to move, are we?
Yeah, Siegfried was going to think about that, and he is going to cast Bear's Endurance on himself. Because that also brings his carrying capacity up, I think, by 1.
Okay.
Advantage on strength checks, and his or her carrying capacity doubles. So whatever that is, I will use to help drag Willem out of there.
Okay.
Who is probably frothing at the mouth at this point. No longer will he kindly ask them to submit to him. He will demand it through, I can't say blood, but ichor.
You all make your way back up to the surface.
Aeolus
Still
collapses.
a beautiful
just-
afternoon. Sun
full
is shining.
Oh.
There's a few clouds in the sky. The wind is slowly making its way across the plains. There's a ripple upon the grass. You can see where the movement of the wind is.
I'll carry Aeolus. The rest.
Idyllic day.
I'm able to move.
Let me help you up.
Aeolus is able to move because of his mutagens. Willem is the only
Yeah.
one unable to move at all right now.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll just help him.
Just weekend at Bernie's Willem around.
Yeah.
Aeolus's
As one does.
veins are just almost bursting through the exposed skin.
Siegfried will just plop down next to Aeolus and then like clap him on the back and just start laughing. He's like, "That was a pretty close one, wasn't it?"
Yeah, not so very friendly shadows.
What's everyone's strength scores at the moment?
Mine's 18 still.
Yeah, you're fine.
Without the mutagen, I was at 5.
I'm at 3 right now.
Boy.
And I think
No.
Willem, you're at 2.
Yeah, Willem's at 2.
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't dump strength. I had at least 15 in strength.
Yeah.
Aeolus just shrugs you off and just crawls away from you.
What? I just saved your life, Aeolus. This is how you thank me? I thought we were
can't-
closer than that.
I
What's
can't
up with everybody? Why are you
be
so
that weak
drained? I feel fine. I could go for some ale now.
You're a little bit. You did lose 2 strength on it.
Well, what did
Yeah,
Aeolus
but-
say?
Not much of a difference for him.
No.
Aeolus
You would have
putters
died
out.
last.
I
Yes.
cannot be that weak again. I can't.
I
What you're
mean,
talking about?
you're a human. You're gonna grow old one day. You're definitely gonna be that weak again.
Is he human?
I mean, he looks human.
He smells human.
You can smell a human?
They always
know-
smell a little
Give an
gross.
insight check on him.
Pop,
Yeah,
come here.
no,
Smell him. Is he human?
And Pop's still
Not
refusing to enter the
everyone.
ruins.
not everyone enters the Order of the Fang or this lifestyle by choice.
Is he full of shit?
Oh, Willem?
No.
About smelling
he
humans?
was.
That's what I asked for the insight check.
Ah, so. Oh, okay.
Probably.
I just struck. I mean, the watch is made up of people with strength greater and small. It's the fact that they work together. That's the true power of the watch. You should know this. You also come from an order that believes in this. Strength varies like the tide. Relying on it all the time is your greatest weakness.
Willem truly
I
believes in smelling humans, by the way.
He can believe in that. That's...
You
Depends
sound
on the
cool.
exertion level.
Aeolus will just quiet up.
What's the party's goal?
I know. Just say, have you ever thought that your incessant value on the single capability of strength is the thing that makes you weakest of all? I'm a druid. I'm a magic caster, but I still did calisthenics with the soldiers just in case something like this would come up. And see, it paid off.
I didn't earn my place in the watch through strength. I earned it for what I offered.
Your blood by cutting yourself.
The watch isn't aware
Oh.
that. You are the only ones, and the ones that we have fought are the only ones that are aware of that.
Well, I mean, it's not like you've been keeping the secret very well.
I haven't had to use my strengths when I was training or at the watch.
I mean, well, you used it in front of Grottle, didn't you? I would consider that secret blown at this point.
Yeah, well, the death deniers really aren't in the graces of a lot.
I mean, not
Oh.
good graces, but they do seem like people that would trade information.
And even if it's not, would it be so bad if somebody knew?
Yeah, is this some kind of? I mean, Siegfried knows at least in Elderthorn there isn't like a taboo against blood hunters.
And
Or-
I mean,
Really
they know
not.
you're a mem.
The details aren't widely advertised.
Yeah. I mean,
And,
Why would
I
they-
mean,
why
isn't
would they
the
care?
Iron Fang known?
do you think they would care if they found out Aeolus? I mean, you've done a lot for Elderthorn,
It's
and
not.
you're already an avowed.
It's not that they would care. I am not proud of it.
Hmm. Okay. Well, if you don't want us talking about it, I promise I won't tell anyone else. I don't think I've told anyone else, but I didn't know if it was a secret before this point.
Me
As
neither.
far as if I am human, I mean, I can see in the dark. I have the capability to fiddle around with lightning.
Yeah, I thought
I-
all humans did that. Will chuckle a little bit.
I haven't met many humans besides the ones that are spellcasters. But I haven't met anyone that can hold their breath as long as I can.
See?
Human population's about 40% of Elderthorn and makes up the majority.
I'll just I mean, I figured we just almost died, so it's a time to get personal, I guess. But
The majority. Largest plurality, pardon me.
is that something you want to look into? I mean, we're looking into Willem's weird shadow stuff. Do you want us to keep an eye out for people like you?
Not a concern. It happened overseas. It's why I was brought into the watch. My parents kind of traded me when I got too sick for them to handle.
So this was originally a sickness.
My capability to not play as long as the other kids.
Are all blood hunters like you? The one with the mark, is you think he's someone like you?
I don't know. I had questions, but I don't think I'll find them at the Order of the Fang.
Is there no one else like you in the order?
Not that I know of. When we arrived at Armskirk, I thought that I would have answers for questions, and I just found more questions that I don't have answers to.
I mean, if it was me, and I needed to ask a bunch of questions, I would probably try to speak to Mayor Yarrow. He's probably one of the oldest people we have access to information on. And who knows what he knows? He crossed the mountains. He's not even from Droucia. And he's unbelievably ancient, so I would maybe ask Yarrow or maybe Madame Toadtooth. But again, that's up to you.
Perhaps when we reach them, I can ask. But whatever this is down there,
Yes,
it has to be dealt with.
yeah, and it obviously isn't a coincidence those symbols showed up the night of when everything went down with the mayor. Mayor Tadell.
Well, that entire space that we were in, I don't remember it.
When you went to find Willem?
Yeah,
What do you mean? It's different?
I don't know if anyone else noticed, but when we brought Dunnan's torch up, the light wasn't extending as far as it usually does. It's almost suffocating down there.
I mean, yeah, that was my stupid idea to put it out to see if something
then-
happened, and something did happen.
Might it be another Kami? I mean, Kami of the Shadows. It's possible.
I mean,
Like the
that,
Kami we met in the woods.
or it's one of the two entities that we have been.
I mean, all across the countryside, we've been coming on these ancient altars that have been affected somehow. We found the one where the orc tribe that turned them undead, and
Which
now
was an altar of
yeah.
Recklork.
Then we found another altar when we went to track down Mayor Tadell, that they were bringing some sort of entity through a gate. But I don't think that was its original purpose. And now we find another altar. Perhaps the writing came after the altar? I don't know. We have to figure out a timeline.
Aeolus it is going to find a place to prop himself up at, and he's going to close his eyes and enter into what his experience has been, his version of praying and trying to reach out to the entity that has been plaguing them to see or to find answers. And sorry to do this, but I have to go.
Good.
So that'll be what Aeolus does
It's focusing on. Okay.
as they head down for a rest. Hopefully.
Well, let's rest for now. You all look like shite. No offense. You're barely holding on. Good. Just lay down. I'll take first watch. Pop, come here. And that's it.
It refuses to enter the ruins.
I just say, why don't we camp away from the ruins for the night? Who knows if these can follow us up? And yeah, I would try and make camp towards the horses.
Okay. Make your way back towards the horses and set up camp.
Sure.
One by one, you fall in for.
I guess I just drag Aeolus to there.
Yeah. You fall in for an uneasy sleep as you do. Watches pass uneventfully. The darkest of night, Willem, during your watch. Roll me a perception check, please. Willem, are you there? Are you muted?
Bill?
Bill? Bill?
You there?
I'm gonna roll it for him. Alright. Willem. Perception. 12. He might be dealing with a window person.
Maybe.
Dunnan, the watch for you, and Siegfried, the watch for you, go quietly. Uneventful. The morning comes, overcast. Siegfried, you usually cast your spell the day before it is supposed to rain. That brings us to, let me progress our calendar, to the 10th day of Kythorn. You all do recover your strength entirely during the long rest. It is returned to normal. In addition to benefiting from a long rest. No, long rest Aeolus is. Oh, that's Willem's. Where's Aeolus? There it is. Alright, got Aeolus and Willem's done. The day is yours. What would you like to do?
How do I take the negative off my strength?
So on your page, go to the gear.
Yep.
And then in the center column, very top, it says attribute options. In strength, it says strength plus, and then I typed in -12.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
I totally missed that.
Yep, no worries. Sort of weird cutoff. So you just delete the -12 from there.
Yep.
So it's a 0,
Back to
and then your
normal.
strength is back to normal. Yeah. That's the way to add modifiers also, like if you have like Belt of Dwarven Kind and things that artificially augment your stats.
Yeah. Yep, just fixing my spell slots. I just turned to Willem, so what do you want to do, Willem? We going? Do you think we need to go back in there, or?
Are you really keen to go in there again?
I mean, there's obviously something down there.
Willem is quiet during the morning. Unresponsive. Pensive.
Hmm.
Uncharacteristically so.
I think we've had enough exploring for creepy places. I think we should try to find out where this next boat millstone leads us to.
Yeah, why don't... Maybe let's come back here when we're a little bit stronger.
And when Helivrest is around again.
Yeah, why don't we make our way back to Elderthorn and regroup there?
That's a good plan. Maybe go some shopping. Do some shopping.
I'm sure there's some sort of terrible news that they're gonna dump on us the moment we walk in.
Oh, don't jinx it, please.
We've been gone for quite a while. I'm praying it's not a murder.
So it is 7 hexes, so it's a day and I'd call it 2 days travel to get back to Elderthorn. But easily done so over the course of that journey. I'll progress our calendar. You're on the 12th, on end of the 12th, all of that. Arrive on the beginning of the 12th day of Kythorn.
In one of the groups I play for, one of the characters picked the time traveler background in Pathfinder, so I have to keep track of the dates so often now. It's such a pain in the ass.
Yeah. But the travel back to Elderthorn is comfortable, relatively. Once your strength is returned, they each get 4 hours. So they're both at 40 of the requisite 50 for languages.
Almost there.
Yeah, they're about to have their language proficiency.
We're now like headquartered at Aeolus's house, right? That's fully go.
It's not large enough for.
It's not that
5
big enough.
Yeah.
No.
Alright, well, I would just make sure Aeolus got home well enough, and then I would go make a report to Captain Stormsurge.
Okay. We can cover that next section.
Yeah.
We'll pick up as the group of you stride in Elderthorn a few days later, and a few hours after sunrise.
Yep. Yeah, I figure that's probably a good place to stop.
Yeah, we'll pick up there next session.
Cool.
Alright.
I feel like that's the closest we've come to a TPK.
Shadows are nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was close, yeah.
Brutal.
I was because I fought as a player. I fought Shadows a bunch, but I was really trying not to metagame, like because Cjbeards has never seen Shadows before.
Yeah, they're nasty.
Yeah, they like Descent into Avernus. There's one encounter that sends a bunch of shadows at your players, like when they're really under leveled.